Hello everyone and welcome to the Women's Rugby Show, the premier channel that gives you match highlights, player insights and big analysis from the women's form of the game. Have you missed us?
Well, hopefully not, Georgina, because hopefully you guys saw our last episode, bonus episode, where we featured England women against Italy women. If you haven't seen it yet, do not worry, we'll put the link here.
That's very true, but I'm sure they've been missing their Premier 15s Club Rugby.
Absolutely, and do not worry, my friends, because we are back with that TP 15s action. It's round 7. We are here today at Richmond Athletic Ground for Richmond women against Loughborough Lightning.
So, I'm going to tell you a bit of a riddle.
Oh, I like riddles. Okay, go on, hit me.
Okay, so what do you get when you cross the team who's conceded the second highest amount of tries in the league to the team that is the top 3 try scorers?
Oh, good question. Don't know.
Guaranteed tries.
Nice one. Well, hopefully we'll have that today. Folks, before we go anywhere, please don't forget to like, follow and subscribe to our channel. And let's hope today lightning strikes more than once.
As we've got the development squads behind us, I thought, why not let's do some analysing before kick-off today.
I like it. Let's do it.
Okay, so starting off with Richmond's, you just don't know what you're getting with them. Sometimes they have great performances, like when they won against Worcester Warriors, but then they sometimes have terrible days when they lose against Quins, Saris and DMP Sharks. But guys, please do not fear, because guess what? This time last season, they were in exactly the same place. They had won against Worcester Warriors, but they had also lost against top 4 teams like Saracens. But they came back with a vengeance. Well, the next couple of games, they actually won, and they won 4 of them. And then they drew 1 game, so that ended up in the middle table.
Nice.
So to be honest, you can have a slow start, but guess what? You can climb back up there.
Yeah, not bad, not bad. Okay, well look, if we're talking about inconsistency, then there is no one in the TP15s that epitomises inconsistency so far this season than Richmond's opponents, Loughborough Lightning. They've played 6, they've won 3, but they've lost 3 as well. So very, very strange. Again, they can either win or they lose. Obviously they've had decent performances, but that's not the point. It's kind of one or the other for them. The only time that's been bettered, and I use that term very loosely, was their first season in the TP15s. They only won 2 of their first 6 matches.
So on the show, we like to give some tactical advice because A, people might listen to us, and B, we could be coaching geniuses, which is probably the case. So, Richmond, I feel like they should hold the ball as close to the pack as much as possible and really attack in those breakdowns and scrums. Because when you're playing against Loughborough Lightning's world-class backs, you do not want them to get the ball.
Yeah, that's a really good point, Georgina. Look, from my perspective, if I'm looking at Loughborough Lightning's players, I can talk about Emily Scarrett until the cows come home. But really, there are players that have been involved in this squad from the beginning of the season which could potentially have had more of an impact than the World Player of the Year. So, from the 3 games that Loughborough Lightning have won this season, only 8 players from the current squad have featured in all those games, and Scarrett isn't one of them. So potentially we could be talking about the likes of Georgia Bradley, Helen Nelson, Rachel Malcolm, that could really have had more of an impact than Scarrett, and especially if you're looking at some of the players they've been missing from the start of the season, the likes of Sarah Hunter, Kath O'Donnell, Lark Davies, Casey Daly-McLean. These players haven't featured in every single game. So could it be time for the underdogs to have their time in the limelight and really be the ones that make a true difference to this side?
Richmond have had a dire streak playing against Loughborough. In the Premier 15s, they played them 4 times, and only March 2018 they drew with them 10-10. They didn't do very well in the last fixture, so hopefully today they do much better.
Brilliant. And here's a fact missile to finish things off for the analysis today. Did you know that in all the games featuring Loughborough Lightning this season, there has been more points involved than any other team in the TP15s apart from Quins? So I think that means today you guys need to get your calculators at the ready. So with all that said and done, Georgina, who do you think is going to win today?
Okay, this is going to be a bit of a crazy one, but I really want Richmond to win because after saying everything that I've said, I feel bad. So I really want them to win.
Okay, nice. Well, look, I'm actually going to have to go for Loughborough Lightning. They've got so much firepower. I know what you're saying about keeping the ball away from the pack, But as soon as the ball goes to the backs, they've got so much talent out there. I know that maybe they've got a bit of a young pack, but you know, when you've got the likes of Helen Nelson, Katie Daly-McLean pulling the strings, and Rona Lloyd, who is just, excuse the pun, she's lightning, I think there's only going to be one outcome today.
That's amazing. Well, let's go and check it out. With a challenging game ahead of them, Richmond have named a dynamic squad for this must-win clash. In the forward, there's a return for lock Fiona McIntosh, who makes her only second appearance of the season following a long-term injury layoff. That means Rowena Burnfield occupies the number 8 role as captain today. And in the back row, there's a significant milestone for Livy Povey as she achieves her 50th club cap. Moving to the backs, and Jess Wooden makes the switch from fullback to fly half, meaning Katie Wallace takes her place at 15. It's her first appearance of the season. On the wings, there's a return for the powerful Sophie Pascal, while Ellie Boatman moves from outside centre to number 14. The centre partnership includes 2 of Richmond's most experienced players in Abby Chamberlain and Vicky Jackson.
With a month of intense international matches just gone, there's little surprise that there's going to be a list of injuries to some international players. That's the case here with Loughborough, and a key reason why they've had to make a few changes. Off the bat, there are 2 changes to their front row, with Katie Trevarthen and Emily Totosi replacing Datisha Harper and Lark Davies respectively. Sarah Bonner starts the match for the first time this season, and Georgia Bradley takes the place of Amelia Harper in the back row. Jenny Maxwell is selected to partner Katie Daly-McLean in the fulcrum position, whilst Emma Hardy is the player expected to fill the boots of World Player of the Year Emily Scarrett. And there's some big boots to fill.
Hello, Charlie. I just saw you sprinting up and down. I don't know why you were doing that after a game.
So, as a back row, I want to be the fittest I can be. So if I feel like I've not got enough of a run around out on the park, I just like to top up, get the extras in.
Gosh, well done for you. A-star student.
Well, it's part of my job, right? If you want to be a good 7, you want to be fittest on the park. So trying to make sure that I get that week in, week out. And the Loughborough gave us a tough game, so I was blowing by the end, but it's always nice to get a bit extra.
And it was a frustrating loss today. So what do you think you guys could have done a bit better?
I think we had some passages of play that went really, really well. I think we've just got to learn to capitalise when we have the ball, and just fewer errors, like a couple of silly errors cost us a lot. But you know what, we had intent and we're building, so I'm excited for this block of the season.
Well, there was positives out of this. Your lineouts were absolutely amazing. So why don't you explain a bit more about that?
We've just been working really hard on getting our set piece right, getting fast in the air. It's just constant work on, but I think we're really getting there. It's exciting to build into this next bit.
And what about your goals for the next coming up weeks?
Well, we want to get some more wins, don't we?
Well, that's one of the goals.
Yeah. Do things are finally starting to come together for us. I think we're just finally settling into that flow, so it's just learning to play off each other a little bit better and to just keep fighting. That's what we're about.
Well, I'm sure you'll be able to do it, and thank you so much.
No worries, thank you. Cheers.
Georgia, congratulations.
Thank you.
Bit of a difficult win today. How was it out there?
Obviously it's really hard coming back off like 4 weeks off. Obviously people have been on the international break, so it's always hard coming first game as well away, but it's good to get the win and just looking forward to next week really. Set this as a platform back on the training field next week, and then just things to improve on for next week. Like I think our set piece sometimes today, especially the line out, we'll just be working hard in training, give us a platform to play for next week.
You talk about the line-out, that was one of the things I was actually going to bring up. You were really strong in the scrum, but what was the difference with the line-out today? What was the problem?
I think it's people coming back from international break. We've only had Thursday really at training to nail the line-outs. So it's just different combinations, new people coming in. Obviously we've got Sarah Bonner back for her first game this week, so just mixing it up really, and I think that was it really. So just back to the training field for next week, a review on this and look for going forward.
What was it like having Sarah back?
Yeah, it's really nice. She's a really good friend as well, so it's nice to see her back in the Lightning shirt for this season.
We just had a stat at the start of the show where the 3 games that you've won this season, you've been involved in all of them from the start. From your perspective, how important is it to get that run of games and obviously contribute to the team?
Yeah, it's really nice being on the pitch. So that's a nice stat. It's always good to get minutes under your belt, and I think we've had quite good consistency of people that we've the pack especially. So it's always nice to be on the pitch really. But you obviously you've got to credit your teammates as well. It's not a one-man game. It's a 15-player game.
Sure. Rachel Woosley scored a hat-trick today.
Yeah.
It is a team game. How great was she today?
I know, she was on fire today, wasn't she? Stepping left, right and centre. It's really good to have Rach join us this year. She's definitely shown her class as a back 3 player, and she can definitely outpace me on the wing anyway.
Well, listen, congratulations today. Well done for the win. Go inside somewhere warm.
Oh, thank you very much.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks.
Okay, we're here with Fiona. You've come back from an injury. Why don't you tell us what the injury was and how long you've had off, and what was it like coming back today?
Yeah, so in the first match this season against Quins, it was about 20 minutes in and I made a tackle and I just damaged my ACJ in my shoulder. So I've been out for 10 weeks now, this 10 weeks today, and it was absolutely amazing to get back on the pitch. I've just been buzzing for so long, so much energy, so to actually get back out there and play was absolutely amazing.
And what did you have to do in rehab to kind of help you get back to fitness?
So yeah, it was a lot of rest and recovery for the first few weeks and then just strengthening up. So a lot of movements with the shoulder, stood in the gym for about half an hour before every session trying to get my shoulder rehab in. So it was quite tedious, but you've got to get it done to make sure you're fit enough to get back. So.
And obviously you were having rehab, but there was a bit of time off obviously because of the international games. What was it like coming back? What was the atmosphere like within the squad?
Yeah, so I think we've had a really good change of attitude in the 4 weeks that we've had off. Everyone's regrouped and realised what we need to do to start working on ourselves as teams and individuals as well. And I mean, it wasn't the result that we wanted today, but all of the girls came out and showed absolute guts and we did what we all wanted to do. There's definitely things we still need to work on, but it's given us time to regroup and come together and think about our values and what we want to take into every single game. So.
And why do you think you lost today? What do you think that Loughborough Lightning did that you guys just didn't do?
I think we worked really well. I think we had lots of good intensity, but obviously they were a bit more dominant with us in the scrums. We've had lots of chops and changes in front row and positional wise, so it's hard to get a solid foundation when there's lots of changes, so they were definitely more dominant in the scrums, and that had a bit of an impact because obviously you think set piece and you want to have a stable, like to win your own ball, and if we couldn't get that, then it's a bit frustrating because you can't play off it. But
out of we're going to take something positive out of this. Your lineouts were absolutely amazing.
yeah, we've been working hard on our lineouts. Obviously it's not 100% yet, but we've been working hard on movement and winning the ball securely, so it was good that we had that as a basis when our scrums weren't going particularly well.
Well, go in the warm. Thank you for this chat, and literally onwards and upwards.
Thank you so much.
Rachel, congratulations.
Thank you.
First of all, it must feel good to get that win today.
Oh, it feels amazing. Obviously, we've had that 4-week break, haven't we, that's been for internationals, and it's just nice to get out there, get the ball rolling again. So thanks to all the forwards for their hard work and letting me run in.
You're very modest. You scored a hat-trick today. How does that feel?
Oh, it feels amazing to get hands on the ball, just go and do my process. Obviously, we've had to get our processes right first from the forwards. They did all the hard work. Let me just run.
You say that, but you scored a sensational solo try. Maybe talk us through that.
So obviously they did all the hard work and give the ball out and a bit of in and out. Off I go.
You're very modest, I have to say. That was me. I'd be celebrating that.
Oh, it's good. It feels good.
You talk about the international break. Has it made a difference to the way you've prepared for today? Obviously, it can't be easy having these players back at the last minute.
Oh, no, not at all. Obviously, we've got a big squad and a great performance centre, so we have that time to go in, make sure that we've got our process right, so when they come back, we've got the ground rolling, we can go do our thing.
Talking of players coming back, Sarah Bonner returned today after a long while out. She had a great game. How does it feel to have her back in the side, and what does she contribute?
Oh, do you know what? She's amazing, and all her hard work has obviously paid off because she put in a right performance today. She's just such a strong carrier and such a big personality on the field. It helps us a lot.
And I guess you've now won 4 out of your 7 games. You've had a bit of a mixed season so far. Is this the day that you get back on track?
Do you know what? Yeah, it is. We're looking to go up and peak at the right time, so that's our aim, and we're just always going to get better and better every week.
Brilliant. Well, you are the Women's Rugby Show and Rugget RFC Player of the Match. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well done.
Thanks.
Thanks. So, after that game, it looked like lightning struck once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. Yeah, I guess I was right on that one.
You were completely right. But let's hope that Richmond come back with a vengeance.
That is true. We've got the next part of the season, the weeks ahead of us, obviously leading up to Christmas and the New Year, and then of course there's that break for the Six Nations. So hopefully Richmond can turn it around and Loughborough can use this as a building block for more wins.
Exactly, and everyone, I just want you to check out Rugget, which is our sponsor. We'll put the links down below. Go follow them, check out their website. They do amazing things. And thank you so much for watching the Women's Rugby Show.
Guys, as usual, please make sure that you're liking this video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us across social media, but most importantly, tell everyone you know about the Women's Rugby Show. Right, are you cold?
I'm freezing!
Let's go get warm. Bye, guys.